Alright, I made it back here in a frenzy. Whew, but I don't think I caught the start of this game. 2 minutes in. Not so bad. It could have been way later. Whatever. As long as I made it here in time, we can get one more cast in before I go to bed. And pass out because I'm so sleepy. Oh boy. But regardless, we're here to cast. So, Darius against Kennen top. Rek'Sai Kayn jungle. Azir TF mid matchup. Sana ADC was... Oh, Jhin ADC with Senna support. Oh, excuse me. That's trippy. Against Ezreal Braum. Oh boy. Alright. So we're off to a pretty good start here. Still pretty even. No early cheeses. No early invades. This is what we call a fair fight. But Kennen is top lane. He's having a pretty good time against Darius actually. Kennen can just bully Darius out for a time. Oh, will Darius get the pull? He will not. That pull would have resulted in Kennen's death, surely. But luckily for Kennen, it doesn't connect. Kayn has made his way down here. He wants a gank to happen. Will he find it? Braum's Bite misses. It's called Winter's Bite, right? Yeah, it is called Winter's Bite. But here comes Rek'Sai. She's gonna burrow in. Going for the knockout. Flash knockup onto the Kennen. Kennen will not return any damage. She will simply commit his own flash and walk away gracefully like an eagle. Oh, that was dirty. A filthy snipe onto the Ezreal for first blood. That's what you get for not paying attention, Ezreal. He is going to immediately commit his teleport to come back to the lane. He picked up a second Doran's Blade. He did die at a very inopportune time. No tier. Critically. That is going to actually significantly delay his timing. Tier is really an item that you want to get as soon as possible, but Azir gets caught out in the mid lane. Kayn's spin doing a decent amount of damage. But Rek'Sai is here for the counter gank. However, Azir extended so far up. Kayn tanks a single tower shot, trying to get a counter kill. So far, no death. But two people very beaten and bloodied on red team, and Azir almost dying. Very not careful with his positioning, almost cost him dearly. He blows his own barrier to survive. Kind of being slowed down, but the surge will get him out of the way. He's holding a level lead over the Darius just because this huge minion wave has gone unkilled. He's going to try to dissuade Darius from coming in. He has lethal tempo. It's actually AD Kennen? Oh boy. I don't know how to feel about that. He's gonna shove that huge wave into Darius, but he can't do much more to exert kills or pressure him any further. So Darius is gonna collect pretty hefty sum experience under tower. Likely not the full wave of CS unless he gets the juiciest decimate of all time. He does get the apprehend off. The slow lands on the Kennen, but Kennen gets this kill. He will die in response. He's actually very happy to take that trade because all of these minions, these juicy minions, will not live to see the light of day. And that is so much more lost to Darius than it is to the Kennen. Winter's Bite counter slow lands on the Senna, and Senna has to get out. She has remembered that she's a support. Can't take too much punishment. But the Jhin, after getting first kill, let's just switch these. Feeling pretty bold. Knowing that Ezreal is being super delayed, he's still not even at tier money yet. He needs to farm this wave first. But that is going to be a 6-minute tier pickup, which is pretty late. Ezreal TP, you really want to back as soon as you can afford tier and then just teleport back. That is worth it just to get an early stack on your tier. And because he opted for a second Doran's due to having died once, it's just going to be even later. Destiny comes up top to gank. That is suddenly 3 people out of nowhere. Darius does not stand a ghost of a chance. He actually wins Merc-Trez Rush. I don't think he correctly deduced that Kennen was going AD. Now granted, the marks are annoying. It can repeatedly stun you, yes, but Kennen's going AD, dude. That's where the primary amount of damage is going to come in. I don't think Merc-Trez is the correct choice in this game. It is basically nothing, because Kennen will not do that much magic damage. He's going for his blade, it seems like. Once he gets that, it's not a Tabai. It's going to do way less than a Tabai against the cannon. It is the incorrect boot to rush, and he seriously misread his opponent's build. The 35 tenacity doesn't actually scale that well against cannon stuns, because cannon stuns doesn't actually last a long time. You can proc it so often that tenacity doesn't fully reduce it. 1.25 seconds stun. And 0.5 seconds if it stuns more than once. That is nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean tenacity kind of gets, you know, diminishing returns when you're trying to reduce something with 0.5 seconds. You cut it down to like 0.35, 0.4-ish. It's not going to give you as much value as it will be with compared to like more armor items like a Tabai against someone constantly autoing you. But regardless, we won't belabor the point. We're just going to start looking around the rest of the map. The stun does land on the Darius. He has that Trez, but he doesn't have a Tabai, and Kayn that has AD. So does the cannon. He has to pop his Ghost and Flash to get away. Both of his offensive kill tools being used to escape. That's just going to give Cannon even more of a lead. Now AD Cannon, definitely not as big of a team fighting threat as AP Cannon. That goes without saying. Most of his strength lies in his ability to consistently split push, consistently be a side lane threat. Oh, sorry, I looked away from the screen for a second. I'm trying to look for something. I'll find it after the cast. It's not lost, don't worry. We'll go back to directed camera for now. If I sound tired, it's because I am. The game will settle into a state of quietness. Jhin is going to get discovered and TF has come down. Suddenly, a 2v2 turns into a 2v4 in the blink of an eye. Easy 2 kills picked up by red team. That is the terrifying power of a Twisted Fate. The instant teleports. You just have to watch out for it. Once that eye appears above you, you are easily screwed if too many people get on you. Beautiful catch by the red team. Now Ezreal, haven't gotten the tier yet. He went for the pickaxe and sapphire. So it's going to be a particularly slow start to the stack. The important part is he does need to hit more amount of timing on time. If it takes him like 20 minutes to get there, he is not going to be that useful for a significant amount of time. So he needs to be very careful about his item choices here. The extra pickaxe definitely not as valuable as an early tier. Cannon is going to try to rush away, but he tears out a slicing maelstrom, getting 2 stuns and walks away. Rek'Sai, level 6. She does have ultimate. Will she commit it? She doesn't seem like it. She's going to walk away slowly and just let it rest. The rest of the game slowly being opened up now. TF is kind of forcing the issue on the side lanes. Jhin is no longer as ahead as he'd like to be, but he is still holding BF pickaxe, so that's still a lead for now. Cannon no longer has slicing maelstrom. Can he get out? Guillotine doesn't finish the job, but Rek'Sai sure will. The teleport from TF, he wants blood, but there's no word in this brush. Darius walks out with Decimate, gets a little bit of a heal, scaring him off. And he has to walk away. He can't continue. Or he will continue, because he's a madman. Kayn is a little bit far behind him. He probably can't reach in time. TF pokes his head in, he finds 2 people recalling, but he's too far away to throw a card. So he will just let them go. Give them a day's head start, as it were. True Shot Barrage comes down just to clear the wave. The Senna Wraith actually latches, but the Jhin W gets dodged out by Arcane Shift at the last possible moment. These trades are going surprisingly even, but the offsetting factor here is always Senna being able to recover from bad trades by healing multiple members and damaging them in one swift blow. It's still very interesting lane. Ezreal will now begin his tier stacking 11.5 minutes into the game. And now TF using his Demolish. Okay. Demolish and Spellbook. Either he knows what he's doing or he doesn't know what he's doing. And so far, he's been making pretty positive plays around the map. It's definitely not a TF build I see every day. Then again, I don't also see TFs every day either. The Senna cannon only buys for a little bit of time, but the Braum is simply too strong. Rek'Sai comes in for the slow. Ezreal trying to Arcane Shift away. Does he have it? He does not. He will just accept his fate and die. Meanwhile, TF teleporting into the back. He is throwing the paper at the Jhin. He's out of vision though. He can't see the Jhin. He will flash forward and get the gold card stun. Rek'Sai pounces on him, but that is the rest of her damage. TF has a Rod of Ages. He has a giant life pool, so he's not going to die anytime soon. Kayn flashes in and jumps on top of Rek'Sai, but you have to be careful. That's a Rek'Sai, so she can just get a knock up just like that. A 0 roam spot, but he pounces on the wrong target, which means the rest of the red team stragglers gets to walk away scot-free. Overall, 3-for-1 trade. Definitely favoring red team. Jhin though has completed his first item, Infinity Edge, 12 minutes into the game, 13 now. Pretty early on, and Kayn succumbs to the devil's influence and becomes Red Kayn. He will become Ras for the rest of the game, providing a critical amount of CC from his team, even more knockups, even more regen, even more healing capacity. Senna is going to continue the damage onto the Ezreal. Ezreal blinks away, but he did carry the soul with him. Jhin will follow up with the snare. He is so rooted. Braum will come in at the last possible moment, turning the fight around. But Jhin walks behind him and guns down the Ezreal. Braum was too busy securing the Senna kill. He forgot to protect. Kayn, in the meantime, or Ras rather, goes up top and picks up the Darius kill. Jhin has to try to kite it out with his bullets. The Winter's Bite will finish the kill. Rek'Sai not in time to tank it. But Braum is now in a 1v1 against the Rek'Sai. The true damage bite finishes him off. However, this Herald, more than enough damage to secure first turret. One charge will demolish the rest of it. And is now surviving and making a second trip down. Nobody on blue team is in position to respawn. Turret plating has fallen, but it doesn't matter. This Herald is ready for a second charge. It will hit the tower. Senna just now arriving at the scene to find her tower half dead and demolished. Cannon will walk away from the carnage. And Kayn will also peace out of there. He kills the Vision Plant and discovers Rek'Sai. But Rek'Sai likewise scouts him out as Prey Seeker. And they will now go back to their business. Top T2 is still alive. Top T2 is still alive. But that is first tower in 5 plates going the way of red team. Cannon has Blade of the Rune King done. Darius is still building MR and Triforce. Not the correct setup against the cannon that can kite you, unfortunately. Ezreal trying to get some damage on this tower. As long as the side lanes fall, mid lane will soon follow. Now red team is going to try to commit some resources to make sure the other outer towers all fall in kind. Captive Audience doesn't find the damage on Ezreal as it never does. When was the last time someone stepped on a Jhin trap? But Ezreal is going to get rooted up. The Braum shield actually whiffs, does not block that bullet. And now Ezreal walks away on a fraction of his life. However, Kayn has arrived in demon form. He will be scared away. Senna plants a second ward down, but it will also get cleared out just like the first. Feeding him 300 gold like Pac-Man, but it was a bait all along. Rek'Sai comes in picking up a smooth counter gank, shutting down the Kayn as she is now on her own killing spree. So incredibly fed, diving on the Braum, the Unbreakable only absorbing some of the damage. The shield does finally drop. Ezreal stared in place, being taken down by the Senna cannon. The last bullet whizzes past on top of Ezreal's dead body, not there in time to claim the kill. Now Darius, straight up not having a good time down here, bro. Just getting bullied out by the cannon. Blade of the Rune King, Berserker Greaves, oh dear. It's not a good time for him. He's just taking shuriken after shuriken, falling below half. Just in a desperate attempt to defend this tower. Lightning Shuriken doing absolutely no damage. But that is not what he should be concerned about. The next Drake has spawned. Well, the next Rift has spawned. It is now the Cloud Rift. And Ezreal, the next victim, finally dying for the first time this game. And Cannon taking Darius really low, but he dives! A very ill-advised dive that is going to cost him his life. A miracle play from the Darius, relying on Cannon's mistake, and he finally finds one. However, Kayn in the meantime, he's down here clearing wards, denying vision. Senna will find him. She roots him up, but he gets away, ducking into the fog and walks like a free man. Another fight breaks out in the Tribrush. Braum will be the victim. Rek'Sai is behind him, doing a true damage bite. That is going to be the rest of his health bar. He flashes away, but you can't flash away from a bullet. It is so very fast, especially a bullet that is basically just a beam of light. You just cannot outrun it, no matter how hard you try. Ezreal now in quite a little bit of trouble. He's been shown that he can just get caught out and bursted. And without a Braum here to protect him, he needs to be very careful with his positioning. Kayn is here to reinforce. But will he actually find the target? Jhin walking up so far, but the Blaze Reach actually misses. There will be no knockup. Jhin pops his own heal to try to stay alive. Senna also tops him off a little bit. Kayn pops out, realizing that he's found himself into a 1v3 situation. Ezreal in the back, providing nothing more than moral support. He is so damn useless. He blinks away, dodging the last bullet, but the Kirita Cannon finds the kill regardless. Senna picks up the third kill of the game. Up top, Cannon, realizing the rest of his team is inting down there, has to take matters in his own hands, roaming mid, running into a Darius. The next target is Braum. He has respawned and made his way back to lane. Cannon trading blows against the Darius, but he's so low, he needs to just try to run away. Darius does have Triforce. That means he moves faster, albeit slightly. He's going to flash forward for the apprehend. The slow is so strong. He walks sideways for the decimate, which means Cannon Flash gets him out of the way. The TF Flash comes in. There is no apprehend up for a little while longer, but the slows might have been enough. Darius finds himself in the 1v2. The decimate heal, not enough to keep him up. Azir hitting the tower by himself. The toothpick picks up the tower kill. Blue team gets the first mid tower of the game, opening up the map in a crucial manner. The mid T1 offers so much more map control than the top T1. Cannon is still solo pushing top, but anything he does up there isn't as important as the map movement elsewhere. He needs to try to look for some other opportunities and look for some other engages. Here comes the wall, shoving him back. Cannon pops a Slicing Maelstrom, but it doesn't do as much damage as he wants to. The Prey Seeker will land when Slicing Maelstrom wears off. Rek'Sai gets the freest pounce of all time, eating the Cannon alive. In fact, let's click on the Rek'Sai. What's her ultimate called? Void Rush. Alright, it's still called Void Rush. I thought they renamed it after they reworked that ability. But he have the next victim. He gets knocked up. Ezreal wants the kill. He's chasing after Senna. Senna heal! That counter kill onto the Ezreal, so good. He did not see what was coming. He's now 0-6, straight inting this game. Not the performance that you expect out of an Ezreal. It is 20 minutes, the prophesized time. He is only a little bit over halfway done on Muramana. Not what you want. This is why you don't delay your tier timing to that extent. He is still so useless, just handing out money. He is the designated ATM this game. Kayn walks in. Blaze Reach only clearing the minions, but the 3-man push still going strong for blue team. They will kite this minion way back to theirs and shove it up even more. Cannon has appeared. He is now arguably the strongest member of his team aside from the TF, but can he do anything here? The answer is no. Rek'Sai comes in from the side. She will find the Kayn. Kayn will jump into the Rek'Sai to buy himself some time. He pops out, heals about a third of his health bar, but that is not enough. Rek'Sai is killed by Winter Spite from over the wall, but not before Kayn quickly follows suit. A 1-for-1 trade, but the siege has finally ended actually. Blue team will opt for a reset, and Senna is roaming top. She wants a piece of the Twist of Fate. not Ta something, Twist of Fate. Say your words properly. She's actually not roaming to the river, securing some vision. Her sweeper just barely missing that one word. But now the ping has gone down onto TF. The call is made. Gold card buying him a little bit of time, but he is still walking away, bleeding profusely on the ground. Ghost still running strong. The ignite lands, and Darius tanks that one extra tower shot. He stands still for a Senna heal. That's actually just barely enough to save him. Amazingly, he stays alive. TF wants his kill. He's gonna pour it in. Darius Decimate doesn't actually connect the timing, so he does not get a heal, but the Red Cannon will shield him up. Decimate comes in, Slicing Maelstrom doing no damage, Noxian Guillotine finishing up that kill. Cannon forgot that he's actually building AD himself and didn't auto-attack a single time, but that might have been the distraction. 3 members down boss for Red Team, securing Cloud Drake. They want this. They will do whatever it takes to get it, even at the cost of Kane's life. The jungler is dead. Rek'Sai comes in for the freest smite steal of all time. Ezreal suddenly realizes his own uselessness as he gets eaten alive by the Rek'Sai. Braum, the natural next victim, he has to walk away, but the Flash Burrow will catch him. The last living member of Red Team will quickly fall, followed by their top lane T2. The 3-man push, uncontested, going strong. No one on Red Team is alive to contest. TF just barely pushing himself up from the ground along with the cannon. Can they stop this push? The answer is likely, but it's not because of their own merit. It's just because blue team got bored. But TF walks a little bit too far forward. Apprehend gets him back. Cannon falls to half health effortlessly. And now he too is forced on the retreat. Kane has respawned, but it's a conveyor belt to feed because Cannon is the next victim. Apprehend is up again. The root onto the Kane. The kill train continues. Kane will jump into the Darius to buy himself some time. The pop out will actually kill him in time. Blaze Reach knocking up the Jhin, and Jhin will have to walk back. Force bullet is ready. Nope, he is reloading. He has finished his reload. And now Ezreal, the next target. What the frick, dude? He shifts forward, thinking he's fed or something, and he immediately feeds away his 8th kill. He's not even worth killing at this point. The inhibitor falls after a very legendary performance of the one at a time strategy just being executed to its full effect. Bot lane is falling, mid lane is also falling, all 3 lanes suffering massive sieges at the same time. Bot inhibitor will go, followed by mid. This is a flawless triple inhibitor in very quick succession, 23 minutes into the game. The pressure is far too immense. Ezreal, how is your tier doing, buddy? 100 mana left? Maybe you can fill it with your own when this game is over. He doesn't even have his Triforce. In fact, why are you going Triforce? Surrender vote for Red Team has even failed because somehow they believe they have a chance. Who is this optimist? He needs to go cure world hunger and solve world peace or something like that because he is too optimistic to be on this game. And I just realized now those are the correct verbs to solve those crises, but it doesn't even matter. I'm tired, cut me some slack. Everyone on Red Team is just so fed. 3 of the 5 members carrying massive bounties on their heads. And the 2 that don't have it is just because they died in that last siege. Now this is the freest Baron take ever. 12 super minions per minute rushing headlong into Red Team space. Ezreal almost done more mana. Surely once he has it, the game is won, right? True Shot Barrage doing diddly squat, barely even damaging Baron at this rate. That has got to be a depressing sight to look at. Kane loses his blast plant, and he's being zoned off by a support Sentinel saying Stark Harvest takes that kill, and the Red Cannon picks it up. Oh my gosh, this Sentinel is out damaging everyone. I usually end the recording early, but this time I have to go check the damage charts. I'm interested in how much the Senna did, and how much the Ezreal didn't. The Ghoul will reach out onto the Braum, staring him in place. These towers, not long for this world. The first falls, the second one soon to follow. Gold card, chunking out a solid amount of the Jhin, but he is just going to flash away and be perfectly fine. The minions are pouring in now. All 11 towers from Red Team have fallen in record time. It seemed so promising when they took first tower just a few minutes ago. 12 minutes ago to be exact. But now the game has actually ended in their disfavor. Blue Team picks up the victory. Alright, let's go check the damage chart. Shall we? We shall see that the person who did the most damage in this game is, in fact, the Senna. And Ezreal, actually doing a surprising amount of damage. Sure as hell didn't feel like it. But that is the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose.